Hi, everybody. We are here today with Jonathan Gelber, who's the owner of A Safer Surface, and he's going to share with us today some of the products that they offer as far as cleaning and sanitizing and air purification for your restaurant. Many of you have reached out to the CRA to ask what members that we have that offer products like this, whether you're in a proactive mode where you just want to make sure you've got a full cleaning and sanitization of your restaurant, or if you happen to have a case in your restaurant where you've got to then come in and do a full cleaning. So Jonathan is going to share the some of the products that A Safer Surface offers and explain how that helps you as far as either protecting or creating a proactive protective um, situation in your restaurant, and or if you do have that situation where you've got to do a sanitization of your restaurant, what A Safer Surface offers. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Jonathan, to share a little bit more about what you do.
Thank you very much, Yvette. So, hello, my name's Jonathan, and I'm one of the co-owners of A Safer Surface, and we're a professional disinfection solutions company. And we're very intentional about saying solutions because we're not just a company that's going to come and spray if you have an exposure. We're really focused on proactive and reactive solutions that are based on scientific proof and data to make sure that what we're doing is truly effective and safe so that you can have confidence and you can provide that confidence to your staff and your customers. So how we view things is right now the need is to help your customers and staff do two things. One, be safe. Biologically, we have to make sure that you create an environment where the threat of COVID is reduced and that people can be in there without getting sick. But it's not just a matter of providing that safe environment. You also have to make them feel safer as well, because there's a lot of psychological fear and concern about the current environment. So when you use these capabilities, when you are taking steps to protect your environment, you want to make sure that you let people know that you're doing that, whether it's signage in your doors or if it's using your web or using social media. Let people know what you're doing. And while we have Be Safer, Feel Safer, we recognize that we can't guarantee 100%. No one can. But what we could do is help you provide effective solutions that are going to be tangible and visible to help people feel safer and be safer.
Jonathan, I want to just jump in here because you and I have spoken about this before, and I really appreciate that you brought that up. I think for restaurants to share the steps, a lot of consumers don't understand all the steps that restaurant owners are taking to keep their guests safe. And so I appreciate, and I know we're going to talk also about, air filtration, and that's a big one I know with consumers right now as we're going into indoor dining. So I appreciate you mentioning that this helps to build consumer confidence, but also, making sure that for restaurants that are taking these steps, that they're sharing that. So I appreciate you mentioning that.
Right, in this environment, I think it's critical. I know so many people who are afraid to eat indoors. And if you can show them you've taken affirmative actions to make it a safer environment, that's going to make them feel more comfortable to come in. So I think you're absolutely right. That is critical. So, as we look in the current environment, we really encourage any businesses and restaurants in particular to think of proactive and reactive plans. Don't get in a position where you have to figure things out when it happens. Think what you're going to do so you can just execute upon it when need be. So proactively, make sure you're following the cleaning protocols that are very well publicized and required. You want to protect your air and your surfaces. While most people are focused on the air right now, because the CDC said that's one of the primary methods, the surfaces are still important, so don't forget about those. You want to make sure you're following the CDC guidelines, and also make sure your staff is educated and aligned. Don't just assume they know it. Make sure that everyone is on the same page of how you're working to protect yourself. And then think ahead of what you're going to do if you have an exposure. If you have to react to a situation, make sure you can protect your staff, because that, and from our experience, is the biggest way spread is from staff to staff. So you want to make sure you're very aggressive in testing and quarantining so you don't have an individual case become an outbreak. Work with your local health district. Make sure you remediate your facility to get it safe again. And also think about how you're going to communicate this to your customers. One thing that I've been very happy to see from my experience is that when a restaurant has had an exposure and they share it through social media with their customers, it's overwhelmingly supportive of those restaurants. They appreciate that they're being transparent. They appreciate they're aggressively going after it. And I've even seen cases of someone who said, I've never been to your restaurant, but I like how you handle this. I'm going to come now. So you really want to prepare for this in advance, because when it happens, you're shaken. You don't know what to do. If you think of it in advance, you'll be in a much better position. Now, on the proactive side, something that a lot of people don't know is you can do more than just using social distancing, masks, and treating surfaces. You can actually protect the air in your environment. We carry a specialized device that's an air purifier that uses technology from NASA, and that technology is called ActiPure. On screen, you see 4 examples of the devices. There are others going from 400 square feet up to 16,000 square feet. And what's special about these devices is they have a special technology that creates oxidizers out of your normal air and puts them into your environment. These oxidizers are natural disinfectants. An independent lab who does work with the FDA has proven that running an ActiPure device in a space will kill COVID on surfaces 99.98%. So you're not going to have to wipe down every single surface every time, because just running this device will kill COVID on surfaces. Additionally, it's proven to kill 99% plus of bacteria and viruses in the air. Given that you can't eat with a mask on, your diners are exposed when they eat. If you can kill the vast majority of bacteria and viruses in the air, that's going to be a much safer environment and drastically reduce the risk of exposure while they're eating at your restaurant.
Jonathan, I just want to jump in here, and I appreciate that slide, because again, it speaks to the visual steps that restaurants are taking. And I know that, with this virus being so new, we're, kind of looking at data and scientific evidence, and it's hard to really kind of wrap our head around and understand what are the right things to do. But I do think, taking those, going above and beyond to create, that good air quality in a restaurant, again, that being one of the top concerns as we go into indoor dining. It seems to me that restaurants that are taking this step to build that consumer confidence, to show that they're going above and beyond to help keep their guests safe.
Definitely. And actually, one thing we recommend is they have devices that can go in the HVAC system as well. We actually almost recommend that you have a device that you plug in on the floor so someone can see it. They will visually see a protection and feel more confident than if you just tell them something's hidden in the system. So we think this is a real opportunity, and a number of our customers have done just that, promote that they have these to boost the peace of mind of their customers and staff. So the other part of the equation is reactive. So we've helped a large number of restaurants when they've had exposures, often from employees. And as you can see here, think about the high touch surfaces you need to treat: door handles, the bathrooms, even the phone, the credit card machines. These are getting touched a lot. So those are surfaces that are more likely to be contaminated. As you can see in the lower left, on the left side here, that we have advanced treatment methods using a hospital grade disinfectant, and we used an electrostatic sprayer. An electrostatic sprayer is special because it provides more complete coverage, and it provides enough coverage to achieve dwell time. Dwell time means that the disinfectant is on the surface long enough to kill all the pathogens there. If you use a normal sprayer or other type of spray devices, it might not achieve that dwell time, and it might not get the consistent coverage that an electrostatic sprayer can have to give you true peace of mind that your area has been disinfected and sanitized to be safe. So that gives you a high-level overview of who we are and what we do. We'd be happy to discuss this further to help you build a plan, discuss options proactively, and if reactively, we could help you as well. As a special for CRA members, we have 2 offerings. One, if you have an emergency situation, we will waive the emergency fee on providing prompt treatment for disinfection services in a remediation. And then also, if you're thinking about using proactive capabilities, we will offer 10% off for CRA members who choose to purchase and implement those capabilities.
Jonathan, we really appreciate that. And I know I've seen, on social media, I've seen, the restaurants that you've gone into and that you've helped provide both these proactive and reactive solutions. So we appreciate everything that you're doing. And you and I have had some conversations about, the data and how we can help to increase and improve consumer confidence just by showing how there are steps that we can take that will help to create a safer environment. So we appreciate everything that you've been doing to help get that information out there, and the many restaurants that you've helped, again, both proactively, but also it's a very difficult, stressful situation in the case that a restaurant or any small business might have, have a positive case. So we appreciate you being there at a time that is so difficult for so many restaurants, and everything that you're doing. And thank you also for offering that special incentive to our CRA members. We're really happy to have a Safer Surface as an allied member. Jonathan, I see your contact information here. So that info@asafersurface.com and your phone number. We'll share that also in the social media post and our website for anyone that needs to get in touch with you. Is there anything else that you wanted to share with us today, Jonathan?
The only thing that I would share is that we can use science and technology to make a safer environment, and we're here to help you do that. So, please let us be there to assist you.
Thank you, Jonathan. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.